We cannot rebuild our country if we don't understand who we are. We've been trying now for years to restore our history in my own self, and I think you are on the same path that I am. I mean, I'm sick and tired of the left perverting our history, our values, even now our religions. They have infiltrated every segment, every inch of our society. We must make a stand. I keep hearing the left crying, oh, the right wants to take us back, take the country back from whom? From whom? A black man? No, no. From progressives, from socialists, from Marxists, from communists, from the corrupt, from the out-of-control greedy, from global corporations that don't give a flying crap about anybody. That's from whom we want to take it back. More than that, we want to reclaim it from within ourselves. Most of us don't even or didn't even know the history of our own country. Most of us at one point in our lives have also been wildly irresponsible. That's changing. What does the office or the oath of office say? To support and protect and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. It's our responsibility to take it away, to protect the Constitution, to take our country back from people who want to destroy it. But history has to be restored. So here's what we're going to do. The American Dream Labs is all about telling the truth about our history, about our communities, about personal responsibility, about entrepreneurship. We are just beginning to build this studio. This is a picture sent in from one of our architects. This is a scale model of something that is phase 2 of the American Dream Labs. This dwarfs everything that we have built in here. We are going to reinvent everything, and we are going to hold up entrepreneurs, and we're going to teach it. We're going to protect and support the dreamers, and we want you involved. When we get to this point of the American Dream Labs, I have a plan that would hire probably I think an initial about 1,000 people. We're going to create jobs, but these jobs are going to be unlike any other job that you've ever held. This is a job for dreamers and protectors of dreamers. Jobs. We're going to take it upon ourselves to be part of the solution. I said a while ago, I'm done admiring the problem. Now we have to talk about the problems. Sure. But we're also going to try to solve them. I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines. It is no longer enough to play self-defense. You cannot play defense anymore. You must go on offense. This is the line in the sand. We are here at the home of the Alamo for a reason. We cannot go farther back. We have nothing left. I'm tired of this president and everyone in office not telling the truth. The idea behind America is to teach correct principles and let a man govern himself. That's the idea. If you teach a man the correct principles, he can govern himself. Part of that governing process is to take responsibility for your own action. It's not part of what we're all about to say, as the president said this.
I've got 2 daughters, 9 years old and 6 years old. I'm going to teach them, first of all, about values and morals. But if they make a mistake, I don't want them punished with a baby. I don't want them punished with an STD at the age of 16.
This is one of the most insulting things I've ever heard. I mean, is from a president? That a baby is a punishment. And not only that, but to compare that punishment of a baby, a baby is compared 1-to-1 with a sexually transmitted disease. And secondly, to teach your children correct principles, but then hold them accountable for their actions. How about teaching them consequences, the ways to deal with consequences when they arise? That is simple. What is true for our kids is true for us. Teach people correct principles and let them rule themselves. But there are no correct principles being taught by anybody anymore. The politicians, and especially the president, they are teaching the exact opposite. And it is intentional. Tonight, it ends. I purchased the set from JFK, the movie. I don't know if you ever saw it, but we've had it updated. Go ahead, take the closed set out. We've had it updated. This is an exact replica of the Oval Office. All of it. I've left a coat rack over here because no one's allowed into the office without a jacket. I know this was controversial. Ronald Reagan was the one that really tried to do that. This is an exact replica. This rug is patterned exactly off of the rug that was in George Bush's Oval. This is the same size. I have stood in this office before, the real office. It's quite an intimidating place. It won't be with us. I've hired a great presidential speechwriter to help me craft and articulate the principles of our country. This is not going to be about politics. This is about principles. Every week I'm going to come to you from behind this desk, and I will give the speech that the President of the United States should have given from the Oval Office that week on principles of freedom, constitutional government, self-reliance, personal responsibility, a can-do attitude. Principles like a house divided itself against itself cannot stand. And appropriately enough on this set, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Basically, we are going to set things right. Starting Wednesday, from this desk, a handmade exact replica of the Resolute desk. Do you know why this is put here, this door? Everybody thinks of JFK. It wasn't there for JFK. This was there, they said at the time, to hide secret papers. No, it wasn't. It was to hide FDR's wheelchair, because it was on this desk that he gave the fireside chats. Do you know why the room is oval? The room is oval because George Washington thought it was important for a man to be able to stand here, the president to stand in the very center, and be able to have everyone equal distance, no matter where they were in the room. I've stood in the Oval Office at this position. I've had the president speak directly at me, not in the kindest of tones, in this position. And he could be shouting at you or a whisper, and everyone in the room from this position can hear the president. In this set from our Oval Office, we will help you teach your kids about the truth of this country. And it will be so non-time sensitive that you'll be able to watch these 20 years from now, and you'll be able to make sure that it's just universal principles. It's not about politics. We've taken great pains to make sure this Oval Office looks exactly like the real one. Except there was one thing missing. This president has been so hostile to all of the allies of the United States. We've all seen it. I think it's time to put things back in their rightful place. To do that, we start right here. This, as you will see, is the bust of Winston Spencer Churchill, gift of the wartime friends of Winston Churchill. This is the bust that Barack Obama sent back, and actually it's not. I think heads are going to probably roll at the White House today because we had to have that bust actually made. It's an exact replica of the bust that was, well, it used to reside right there in the actual Oval Office. We called the White House, and God bless them, the curators helped us out. They didn't know what we were doing. We just asked for all the exact dimensions, and we had an artist remake it, because you can't buy that anywhere. He didn't want it. Tainted the workspace. Even after Britain said, no, Mr. President, that's our gift to you, Obama said, yeah, no thanks, and had it boxed up. Well, we had the White House curator, give us the dimensions, and I'm sure that won't make their boss happy, but their real boss, the curator's real boss, you, it should make happy. On Wednesday, Lessons of Truth from the Oval begins on GBTV. Don't miss it.